everybody, and welcome back to the Let's Play. Been a while since I've released one of these, and I do apologize for that. Life is annoying in that it likes to get in the way of things, especially when you have seizure problems, but such is life. So, we're going to get back to the Let's Play here. We were leaving off with the main story right before doing the start of the missions with Sebastian in order to get us the unforgivable curses, and we left off right before we were going to start the upgrades to the room of requirement. So we're going to do the room of requirement one first, and then once that's done, I'll pause recording for a little bit just to go... Actually, no, I probably won't need to pause recording because we're going to have to go out and vacuum up a lot of creatures. So, either way, let's go ahead and get into the map. Hogwarts. No. There we go. Alright. Astronomy wing. There. That should drop me near the room of requirement, if memory serves. Apologize if you hear me crack my neck occasionally. My neck and spine have not been happy. And, here we go. Now, realistically, I probably should have just teleported to the room, but I wasn't thinking.
Deke. Deke is so happy to see you. Deke noticed this bag in the room the other day. You must need it to help with your schoolwork. Deke has seen one of these before. Deke calls it a knapsack. Perfect for gathering and transporting beasts. Pleasant little breeze.
I have been thinking about something Professor Howen said in Beasts class, that I should study as many beasts as I can on my own time. She also mentioned that poachers have been active in the area. So, perhaps the beasts will be safer with us than out on their own.
Precisely what Deke was thinking. You see, the room knew exactly what you needed, and luckily, Deke can show you how to best use the knapsack and where.
All right.
Come along, then. Our first stop will be beyond the castle grounds. We can leave now, or you can come and find Deke when you're ready to go.
I'm ready to learn how to use the knapsack.
Perfect! Deke loves an outing.
I think putting those planters in the center of the room kind of glitched him out.
That was a dark time in Deke's life. Deke found himself in service of the cruelest wizard he ever met. A nasty poacher. Deke hated working for him. He did horrible things to beautiful beasts. Oh. It was during those days that Deke first saw a knapsack. It'll be nice to see one used for good. We have arrived. Deke enjoys coming here to watch the beasts, especially the potful of puffskeins nearby. It will be nice to keep them safe. All you will need to do is get close, direct the open knapsack toward the puffskein, and in it'll go.
All right.
I suspect you are the one who has been interfering with a rather personal matter. The Demiguise statues, and the mums contained therein, were placed as they were for good reason. You should not meddle in the personal affairs of others.
I don't think Mr. Pemberton meant to use his own. He knows something about those demiguise moons. He's in Hogsmeade, apparently. Perhaps I shall pay him a visit.
You got one!
Depulso.
Professor Howard will never believe this. Oh, no, you don't.
Actually, you know what? That brings to mention a good idea.
Arresto momentum.
When in doubt, lazy it out.
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm.
There. Easy catchings.
I managed to rescue a puffskein.
You can rescue as many as the knapsack will hold. Poachers capture puffskeins and, well, Deke isn't sure what they do with them. Deke is certain they will be safer with you. Now, not all beasts will be as simple to rescue as a puffskein. Deke suggests you next find a beast that can fly. A jobberknoll, perhaps.
All right. Where would I find one?
Deke knows of some to the west, nesting in a large tree overlooking Hogwarts. But we must be careful. Deke has seen poachers in the area recently. Deke will meet you there whenever you're ready.
These rocks have seen better days.
Oh, hey, there's balloons. Let's go and pop those, because we are most of the way through the balloons, actually, I believe. Okay, we've got 5 of the sets of balloons in that one area. Okay, you know what? Never mind. There's way too many damn balloons.
Hello, Deke. Shall we continue?
Oh, good. Deke was worried about you, what with all the poachers in the area. Perhaps we should work quickly. The jobberknolls are just here, in this large tree. If it's helpful, Deke has seen Levioso used to slow flying beasts. Easier to get in close and use the knapsack.
Do you have any advice on how I can rescue more elusive beasts?
Levioso is not only helpful when rescuing flying beasts, it can also help rescue beasts that are generally hard to catch. Try using that spell the next time you encounter a small or otherwise elusive
You know, Leviosa
beast.
is handy, but Accio and Arresto Momentum would be much better.
Then I
All
shall
right,
go and rescue a Jobberknoll.
We'll just go get a Jabberknoll.
Good luck. Deke will be waiting.
Not that I'm ever going to have any use for one, because I'm only going to be using grade 3 upgrades.
Arresto momentum.
Everything's all right now.
Yep, got it done for the quest.
I rescued a Jobberknoll.
Deke hopes your Jobberknoll finds the knapsack nice and cozy. Poachers want them for their feathers, and are not kind when they gather them.
Are there any other beasts nearby?
Just one that Deke knows of, a herd of moon calves. They live in a clearing of trees up this footpath. Deke will see you there.
Be nice if you could guide me to some Neasels, but I'll just find those on the map.
Arresto momentum.
I'll look after you.
All right. Let's get this Floo Flame.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Hello, Deke. Is this the clearing you mentioned?
It is. Moon calves gather near the large tree with the spiral pattern in front, but only under the light of the moon. So, unfortunately, unless you have a way to hasten time, you might sometimes have to wait until nightfall to see them.
I shall go and find a mooncalf then.
Deke will be waiting for your return.
Deke, you're nice to chat with, but I really don't want to do that. I'm not going to get into your history, how tortured you are as a house elf. We're just not doing it. Sorry, but we are not reforming Spew.
Arresto momentum.
Really?
Now, I'm only trying to help. There. I'm not going to hurt you.
Okay, now let's go turn this in. And we'll go unload the bag of beasts. Oh, I think he's going to make me put one in the...
It was a bit trickier than the others, but I have a
Requirement.
mooncalf now.
Another beast, safe and sound. Shame we didn't see the moon calves dancing. It's a marvelous sight. Deke supposes you're finished here. He'll be able to rescue many more beasts, but for now, let's bring the ones you've gathered back to the room.
All right.
Deke will meet you back in the room whenever you're ready.
All right. Let's get through this, then we'll get some money, and we'll see about making some, getting our hands on some chomping
There
cabbage
you
seeds.
are. Now, we need to show the beast you rescued their new home.
Actually, wait a minute. I have some chomping
But,
cabbage seeds.
not enough room to let them out here. Imagine all those beasts running amok. That wouldn't do at all. Perhaps if you focus on what your beasts need, the room will provide. What exactly did you think of? Heavens! it!
But what is it?
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out. Meet you inside when you're ready.
See, I already have... Okay, those are mandrakes. Do I have chomping cabbages? Empty pot. Oh. No, I don't. I need Chinese chomping cabbages and venomous tentaculas. Alright. Oh yeah, do I have any unidentified gear? I did. One very crappy piece of gear. No. I swear the placement of these things is annoying. Come on. There we go. Thunderbrew is always a welcome potion to have. I think I'm good overall on most of the potion ingredients. Oh, I can grow mandrakes in these little things. Cool. Alright, so we'll get back to fixing all this up later. Oh, okay, I can't carry any more mandrakes. Good to know. Alright, let's see what's in here. A pocket dimension.
Look at this. It's amazing.
Where are we, Deke?
It seems to be a place for your beasts to live, a vivarium of some sort. Oh, your beasts will be quite comfortable here. They'll live healthy, safe lives. Perhaps you want to release them. Let them see their new home.
Okay. Fine, I guess I can release a mooncalf. No. We'll release the puffskins. Oh, you're gonna make me release one of each. Why? None of these serve any of my purposes.
Oh! Deke thinks the vivarium will be a fitting new home for your beasts.
Indeed. I only hope we'll have enough space for all of them.
Deke hopes so too. But if you do run out of room, Madam Peck at Brood and Peck in Hogsmeade will help to find safe homes for them.
Any beasts that the room can't hold?
Yes, she's well known for helping to care for beasts in need, and she'll give you a fair price for them. Speaking of care, beasts that are well fed and groomed will provide you with valuable magical materials, such as puffskein hair, for example. If you gather some magical materials from your beasts, Deke can show you how to use them.
Very well. I shall let you know when I have some.
Okay. I guess I gotta do more of this bullcrap.
Incendio.
Oh dear, Deke thinks perhaps you didn't know Deke was near.
Well, that should be enough, right?
Hello, Deke. I have some questions for you.
What do you need to know?
Thank you. I'll get back
Okay,
to
I have to
collecting
get one
materials.
from each.
Wonderful. Good luck.
I really hate my life. Okay, let's try it now.
I've collected some magical materials, Deke.
Now, Deke can show you how to use them. First, you'll need to use this spellcraft to conjure an enchanted loom.
An enchanted loom.
Exactly. It will allow you to use your magical materials to weave magic into the very threads of your clothing, making your clothing more useful in a variety of ways. Why don't you try it? Deke thinks you'll be impressed with what the loom can do.
I'll go and experiment with the loom now.
Okay. You keep making me move spells around and it gets annoying. Offense, defense stats. Okay, well, let's take a look here. So we have this that we're wearing, which is pretty good stuff. Okay, so there's several magical beasts I'm going to need to get, because I know I need Neasel Fur for grade 3 traits, and then upgrades will require more things. So we're going to need Mooncalf Fur, Thestral Hair, Flooper Feathers. We'll see. Okay. Oh, add a trait to an item of clothing. Well, that's going to be fun. That's already got a trait. That's got a trait. I guess I can add a trait that I don't have. Trait to clothing that I don't have already. Let's see here. I'd love to use herbology. Can I put herbology on this thing? Because I don't use unforgivable curses at the moment. I don't have Neasel Fur. Okay, so we're just going to throw a basic Tuscan trait on there.
That came out nicely. I should show Deke. I used the enchanted loom, Deke.
Wonderful.
Will I be able to weave even more powerful magic into my clothing with the loom?
You will, by rescuing even more powerful beasts. For now, however, Deke suggests you explore the vivarium and get to know the beasts you've already rescued.
Thank you for your help, Deke.
Okay. So, I need to go ahead and figure out what beasts I actually need to upgrade legendary gear, because we are going to be using nothing but legendary gear at the end. So, give me a minute here, let me look everything up, and we will be right back to see about doing some cat. Alright, and so, I do believe I've managed to go ahead and find a complete list of the different ingredients required for upgrading equipment. So we should be good to try and go ahead and catch everything we need. I am going to have to pop one more... let's see here. I need to pop one more Jabberknoll out of the bag. There. Then we'll go sell off our Puffskeins. And we will start harvesting. Now, sadly, we're not going to be able to set up breeding yet, because that's just not a thing at the moment. That requires another quest to get through, and that requires getting through the trial of Charles Rookwood. But brood and peck, there we go. We'll go ahead and we'll go over to the brood and peck, drop off the puff skeins, and then we'll go see what else we can pick up, because we need at least one more, probably preferably 2 more mooncalves. If we get 2 more mooncalves, we'll need 1 more jobberknoll. And then we're going to need whoopers, nifflers, toads, hippogriffs, graphorns, derricals, measles, phoenixes, and that should be it. I don't even know where I'm going to find a phoenix. But I do know that I need a phoenix tail feather for my crafts. Then again, I think this lady also sells beast
Hello.
ingredients.
Mind
1
you,
per
don't
day.
turn quick. If you're stuck with a Duracell feather, it doesn't half hurt.
Hello.
Welcome to Brood and Peck. I'm Ellie Peck, and before you ask, I'm out of a Braxton hair. The lot of it was bought up by a trader in Ottery St. Catchpole. Made me take it in person, they did. No care that I had to shut the shop. Apparently had a bad experience with someone shipping them hair for my Wampus cat. Must have been someone from America, no doubt, because we don't even have them here. Anyway, what are you here for? Mooncalf fur? Duracell feathers? Always have trouble collecting them myself as the bird keeps disappearing. Cheeky thing. Used to carry them in the shop, Duracalls, but people kept asking for their money back when they'd get home and the blasted things would be nowhere in sight.
I can imagine that would be rather frustrating.
There's worse. Trust me. Most of the suppliers of whooper feathers may as well be living in St. Mungo's. Not surprising, I suppose, the cry on those things. Oh, but such marvellous feathers. Almost worth going mad for.
Sounds like stocking your shelves comes with some hazards.
Truer words never spoken. Used to carry beasts themselves. Good business it was, but had it up to here with parents grumbling. Not my fault if the little ones caught a flea of an easel. Ooh, you should have heard them. No, best with byproducts. And I do like to make sure the beasts are safe and well cared for. Couldn't guarantee that with some of these prospective owners. Now, why don't you have a good look around? Stocks change all the time, and not just because they disappear. Always best to pop in whenever you can to get things before they run out. Which they used to literally do.
Thank you,
God.
I will.
Take all the time you need. And thank you for stopping by. A treat to have you here.
What do you have for sale?
Alright, first things first, I'm getting rid of my puff skeins.
I don't mind setting things
Nice.
for certain clients. You know where to find me.
Okay, and she has pretty much everything that I could need. So she got Derricall, Fooper, Graphorn. Okay, yeah, you pretty much got everything. Do you have Phoenix? No, you have Thestral, though. Okay, I'm going to have to figure out how to get the Phoenix parts then, because my headwear, or I'm sorry, my handwear, my neckwear, and my cloaks and robes require Phoenix feathers for one of their upgrades. So that's going to be fun. Are there any of these that are going to be particularly difficult to get? Not really. The only thing really is the Graphorn.
You could never go wrong with those. Good choice, I'd say.
Alright, well, now that we got that done, let's go sell off the rest of our spare gear. So we're carrying a lot of purple gear that we can't use, and 1 piece of legendary gear. Trying to remember, did I equip all of my best gear already? Pretty sure I did. Yep. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find anything better than these. Alright, so go to our nearest shop and we'll sell stuff off. And then I will probably be pausing and starting the recording here and there as I take you guys around and show you where to find some stuff. Though, I'll be honest, most of the stuff I'm going to be finding is on the map genie, so I mean, it's not like I'm going to be showing you anything you can't find on your own. Alright. Glad Rags Wizard Wear. Is this the place? Yes, it is.
Before you ask, I'm all out of the new socks, so if your feet are smelly, you'll have to work it out for yourself.
Huh. I get a feeling that the stuff he carries here is leveled, which means I can just come here and buy legendary stuff from him when I'm approaching endgame.
I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Though I have been preserving some legendary chests. Alright, so we're going to pause it here for the moment. I'm going to go get a load or two of Puff's Gains to sell, and then we'll start grabbing the beasts that we really need. Okay, so we're back a little earlier than I planned. I was out gathering animals, and I found an ancient magic trace in a habitation.
Incendio.
Okay, so there's that. Oh, are these things that I've heard of before? Oh. Okay, cool. Okay, dead end. So, what are you?
Whoa.
Interesting. Not a dead end, but...
That solves that.
Okay, so that's an ancient magic hotspot. Those can increase my capacity. Cool. Okay, so this is just a whole bunch of portals. Alright. Cool.
This place has seen better days.
Alright, and I'll get back to you guys in a little. Alrighty, well, I think I found a reliable method for dealing with catching the more difficult beasts like Thestrals. Now, Thestrals take 5 cycles on the bag to capture, and they're able to fly, of course. But we have Disillusionment. And so even if you scared them out of the nest, when they fly back over, you can just yank them out of the air with Accio, and then freeze them in place with Arresto Momentum. When on the ground, it's a little bit more difficult, but they're still not likely to notice us at this range.
Akio, arrest them.
And just like that, they're in the bag. As long as you're willing to stack Arresto Momentums, you can easily get them in the bag. And of course, Disillusionment makes it easier to get close enough to actually get them. Alright, so I'll catch up with you once we get done dumping off ones that we're selling for cash, and then we'll see about the rest that we want to just keep. I'll be back with you. Okay, so it looks like the Jobber and Old Den that I'm here for is
Like a nogtail.
occupied.
Perhaps I'll scout
So,
around Felcroft.
we're going to have to go ahead and be
Thinking in
a
terms
little
of
bit
good
of
and
dicks.
evil merely indicates a limited imagination.
Betting on the dragon fights was the best decision I've made yet.
Nothing to poach it.
Loud as a troll you are.
Except you don't know who I
Rally
am
behind
yet.
strength and you can't go wrong. It's when minds stand behind whimsy that castles fall. What was that?
Levioso! Hold still!
Okay, you guys are going to make me actually get down there, aren't you? Okay, so I need to pulso.
Depulso!
Yes!
Ha! The
Incendio.
lamb returns to the wolf.
That was much easier than normal.
Depulso! Arresto momentum.
Did not mean to depulso that one bird.
I'm going to hurt you.
Not gonna say I regret it, though. These guys are so fast you don't even have to hit them with multiple stuns. At least so fast to capture.
Arresto momentum.
Oh, looks like we're getting some jabber knolls, whether I intended to or not. Alright, so we'll go get some mooncalves. We'll sell off most of what we picked up, and we'll keep a couple of mooncalves, a jabber knoll, and a thestral for upgrades. We'll be right back. Alright, well, I looked over the list, and of the monsters that we can capture for the materials, the only ones we're still missing are Measles, Dairy Calls, Phoenixes, Unicorns. Okay, we have several that we're missing. But there's a couple we can't get. The Graphorn only exists at the very southern end of the map, and the Phoenix only exists after we do a main story mission and get a side mission for it. So I'll catch up with you guys once we have that. But the part that was serendipitous is the rest of the monsters that we need, at least half of them are right next to the main story mission. I'll be back. And here we see the wild unicorn in its habitat, rooting around and generally trying to stay out of trouble. I'm gonna go shove a thumb up its butthole. At least that's what I would say if I was Steve Irwin. So, let's see here. Alright, we got our standard spells.
Akio, arrest them.
Oh, this is a big boy. He's a sixer. I thought Thestrals were big.
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm.
Okay, I think that was the only one. Yep, that was the only unicorn. But Alright, trying to think here. Is there a way to check that bag? See what's in it? No, there's not. Actually, now that I think about it, I did get a new piece of gear. It was... Oh. I don't care that it's better than my legendary. It's only by 3 points. Bite me. Alright, now we're off to get Measles, and then the rest of it's right next to Sebastian. Okay, I found another one of these ancient wells. Let's see what it does. Okay.
Incendio.
Oh.
Potato. Stupefy.
That sucks. Really?
Stupefy. Incendio.
There's a victory that came none too soon. Ugh.
Okay. Fun, fun, fun.
This castle's hiding all sorts.
Okay. Bury a matriarch's head in the ground. That is... Descendo.
Potato. Stupefy. Stupefy. Potato. Stupefy. Accio. Stupefy.
Actually, you know what? I need to look this up for a moment. Okay. Ow.
Potato. Descendo.
Hey, come on. Attack me. Okay, good. So you're in the right mood.
Potato.
Come on, red circle. I want this dueling feat. Okay, that...
Descendo.
There we go. It's my automatic reaction to dodge when I see those red ones, so it took me a moment, but we got it done. Alright, now then.
Oh, here's a sad
This
looking place.
is a puzzle. Okay.
Accio. Depulso. Accio.
Okay, this is a puzzle I don't know about. And I think I get what I should be doing. Need to turn this thing so it aligns properly with the rest of the puzzle to gain access. But somehow, the spells I have aren't packing enough oomph. I doubt Bombarda will do it. I doubt Transformation will have any effect. But what about Flipendo?
Flipendo. Accio.
Nope. Alright, let me look this up real quick. Alright, so as far as I can tell, there is nothing about a puzzle here. I'll double check one more time, but I think we're just going to have to go ahead and go to the next location. Because, I mean, there's obviously an interactable magical circle here, but there's no instructions on how this thing works. So, give me one more minute here to check. Alright, yep, I looked, and there is nothing that seems to be popping up for this on the map, so let's go looking for, I believe we're looking for Derek Coles. One moment. Alright, well, let's go to this Blue Flame first. It should be right next to where the Derek Coles are, because apparently I haven't been in that area enough to actually have the Derek Cole nest on my map. Another encampment. Not really my issue.
I won't rest until you're dead. Oh, could do with a nice mushroom stew about now.
Petrificus totalis.
Thanks for doing half the work for me, buddy. And being stupid. All right. Okay, really? I can't fit between two trees that a fat ass could fit through? Alright, whatever. Why not? Now, can I actually see some of the locations on the map? No, I cannot. That's fucking annoying. Come on, I'd like to at least get this animal stuff done this episode. Alright. So then, is that enough for me to be able to see what all's around here? There we go. Now, how hard was that? Alright. There it calls. How many of these do I need? I need 1 feather per item, so not a lot. In fact, just 1 of you will do.
Arresto momentum.
There.
I should
You're the
investigate.
one I wanted. Okay. What to pudge?
Glacius. Defender.
Okay, you're annoying. Fine, you want to be that way?
Confringo. Levioso. Descendo.
Well, either way, that's some dead and fury. Alright, we're going to go get the rest of the animals and get them back to the vivarium. Alright, welcome back. So, with that, I've managed to get pretty much every creature I need that can be gotten. As I said earlier, the Graphorn can't be gotten until we got the other half of the map unlocked. And the Phoenix can't be gotten until after one of the trials. But for now, we've got everything we can. We also can't use all of them at once, unfortunately. So the vivariums have a species limit of 4. And the upgrades require a minimum of, looks like 12 species to be able to go ahead and do all the upgrades. Now, we can swap stuff in and out of the bag into the vivarium, but it's going to make it difficult to build up a supply of stuff. We'll see. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and cut it here. We just got done getting the hippogriffs right up here upslope from Sebastian's place. So next episode, we'll be going to Sebastian's place and seeing about what he wants us for. I'm betting it's something involving forbidden curses, trying to cure his sister, and wiping out the goblins that are in that castle over there, probably, because they're right next to his house. But we'll see in the next one. I'll catch you guys then. Thank you very much. If you have any ideas, questions, etc., leave them in the comments below, especially if you notice anything about that puzzle that I ran into earlier that I couldn't find anything on. If you actually know what it is, please tell me in the comments below. I'd love to try and take a crack at it, but no part of it moves, so I don't know what to do. Take care.